Hello, how's everybody doing today? Good? Alright. Sorry about the late video on the tests. I was out of town, family gathering. So I finally got back yesterday and got it going, and here we are. I got it maxed out. I got a couple builds, and I'm gonna talk about the Tenet Glaxion. While I was ranking it up, it wasn't too bad. I was having fun with it. And then once I got some formas in it, I went to Steel Path, and I had my pros and cons on it. There was things I liked about it. There was things about it I didn't like about it. But we'll get into that later into the video. For now, and my testing is going to be a little different now. I'm going to do one enemy at a time, and then I'll do a group one later. But I wanted to see the efficiency, and so we can actually see a number on the damage on each enemy type. So let's work on the first build. This is the one I put together first. I was like, oh, status, it's cold. So I was like, you know what, let me give that one a shot. So I do have 3 different builds. I do want to test the 4th one. We'll test that out in a minute. But we'll give this first one a shot. I got Prime Shred on there. You gotta have that fire rate, punch through. What I also like about it, it also links. So when you're shooting one enemy, it's like the Nuker and the Cyclone, it links. So galvanized. I got it magnetic because I was doing it alone with Mesa, but once again, I'll probably go with another character later when I get another one because the percentage was kind of low on it, so it's not maxed out. But this is what I got going on: radiation, magnetic, viral. We're gonna try it out with primary merciless first. All right, let's give this thing a whirl. Let's see. Let's clear all that. Let's try on a Grenier first. So we'll we'll do it on the Bombard Eximist. Might as well, right? Like I said, one at a time. Once again, Steel Path. He's 200. Now, I watched someone else's videos and they were kind of low. The Steel Path is kind of low, so when I was just trying to rank him up, so we'll put him where I was fighting him at when you first start off, if you do it. So we'll go with the 140 first and see how that works out. Alright, let's see. With nothing, no boost. Yeah, on the regular guys, it melts, but we're trying to do Eximus here. So let's do a little bit of that and see how that works. And the numbers never lie. That took way too long. Way too long. We're not even gonna bother with the 200, but let's go on to Corpus. Let's move on to a Corpus. It might do a lot better since it's magnetic and viral. I could always change the elements later, but yeah, there we go. Eximus. Not too bad with the boost. Alright, let's clear that. Eh, that wasn't bad at all. Now, let's not front anymore. Let's put it back to 200. I'm gonna clear this. Now, that was the first one I was playing with. That was the one I was ranking up. It was great on normal. But once I got to Steel Path, I wasn't too impressed with it. But just to show you, you can still move these around. You can still put something else. To me, it really doesn't make a real difference. Blast, radiation, you know, corrosive. It it works on, you know, on the type of enemy. But for some reason, I was playing with this one on Steel Path. Now, I couldn't get it past. That was the highest I was like, man, I gotta figure out how to get this higher because I need to get to 100% at least. So, with the critical delay, I put the bladed rounds. So I put the galvanized scope. So 120% chance of while aiming on headshot, 40% while aiming. So I was like, okay, I'll add that on. Hopefully that will get me to 100. You know, I got the Riven. I was like, so with everything on, it should get close to 100%. So I should see good numbers, right? So I was like, might as well put it on headshot. So I put the headshot one on. I got the Deadhead. Precision headshot, 100% more damage, stacks up 3 times. Headshot multiplier, no recoil. I was like, okay, this sounds good. So, let's look at the numbers again. It's magnetic and viral, still the same thing. The only reason why is because the toxin. If I was able to remove the toxin, it would be cold. But since it has a toxin, it became viral. But I like viral. You know, I like viral and corrosive. Sinister reach. If you notice, I can make sure I got the range. And I was actually pretty impressed. It wasn't putting them down quickly, but it was doing it. But it did not do anything to the alkylites when they came. It didn't do a thing when the alkylites came. But there is one thing I do like about this, and I'll show you a little clip. It does melt their overshield really fast. See? So it destroys their overshield, but once it gets down to their health, it's not really a useful tool. But if you notice, their overshield was drained. So, yeah, that was for the overshield. Oh my goodness. Here, let's clear that. Put it to Corpus. Yeah, I've been trying to play with my Helios a little bit so I can get more scans. The murmurs. Put a murmur up there. You know. Alright. Ooh. Not bad on Corpus, but it destroys that overshield pretty quickly. But once again, once it gets down to their health, it doesn't really do anything. Might be the element type. But we'll play with that later. Clear. Alright. Now here's the third one. Oh, actually, yeah, here's the third build. All big mods. Heavy caliber. Prime Firestorm. Now I wanted to see if this blast radius will work while it's, you know, linked to the other characters. I mean, to the other enemies. So amplified, I went back to status, 120 status. You know, I like to see my 100%. Heavy caliber, got that. I got merciless, and then I'm gonna mix something up, which because there was an arcane I wasn't using, but now it might come in handy for this. So I want to see that, and that might be the one. That might be the one. I'm gonna be honest with you. So let's add this bombard. Alright. As we saw so far, no. The critical chance is best for the overshield. Let's see when we get down to their health. No. I don't see any magnetic, and oh, very little on that side. Wow, but the viral takes over more. It destroys. Oh! So it procced. Something procced. I don't know what procced, but it procced. Let's try that again. I don't know why, but let's see what happened there. Okay. It destroys that overshield though. His arm broke off. Alright, I guess the Murmur's explosion kills the Grineer. So, it's great on the Murmurs, not too good on the Grineers. And Corpus, it's somewhat half and half. Now, this is the thing I wanted to try out. Alright, we'll stick with this one. This is the arcane I wanted to try. Prime plated rounds. On reload, deal increased damage per round loaded based on the max magazine size. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. So let's take off Prime Firestone. Fire rate, right? I got that on. Now here was the thing. I was like, should I use the warp, or should I use the other one? That was the question. No. There was one that came with 2 stats instead of just one. It was oh yes, Wildfire. So with Wildfire, it'll give me 108. And with the warp, just with being at halfway, 126. If I max it out, the magazine will be bigger. But we'll give that a shot. You know, I should have maxed it out. But we'll try with this one first. See with status. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the CC, see if that comes out better. But I believe this is going to come out pretty nicely. So the bigger the magazine, the more damage you do. So for anything less, it'll work out good. Let me just waste the clip. Even with fire rate, it still takes some time. Alright, now it says on reload. There it is. It looks a lot better. That overshield comes out very fast. That's a good thing. So if you're playing with somebody, you could coordinate with somebody. That firestorm does help. Alright, so right off the bat we know the firestorm does help. So let's go back here. What should we take off? Heavy caliber? Lower the damage? We'll give that a shot, so let's do that. See, now we're just trying to mix and match and try to find something that really works. You know, that's what this test is for, so I can show you guys what works and what doesn't. And that firestorm looks like it does help a little bit more. Yeah, that firestorm is a must. Okay, so now we see what it does with status. Now let's go to critical chance and let's do the same thing. So what should I take off? What should I take off? That's the question. Well, we'll try that. So we needed the firestorm. Put that on. We need the bladed rounds. We need I guess we'll drop this. Ooh, that hurt. That's a lot of sacrificing. That is a lot of sacrificing. Alright, so here we are, 126. We sacrificed a lot just to try to get see if this damage would help. So let's try this last one. Nah. I'm gonna say the other critical chance build that I had was better. Because now you see it's not melting their overshield as much. But then again, I never reloaded. Still does not make no difference. Now you could use it as a primer. You could prime them up for your buddies to kill. Or you know, you could just melee them or switch to another weapon. But overall, I believe CC worked better over the status, even though status had a higher percentage. So I liked the prime deadhead was nice. Let's put back on the hammer shot, because the hammer shot was useful. That increased the damage, 60. Prime Firestorm, you know what? Let's take that off and try this again. But we'll do it with the bigger magazine. The plated, see if that works. So now the numbers are somewhat looking normal again. We're just changing the headshot. So one more whirl. Let's see if this one's it. If not, it's the deadhead. Oh, at least we're seeing commas. No, no. For 200s, it's just a primer at when they get to 200. But anything else below, it'll work out pretty fine. But if you notice, it's not what I expected. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's not replacing anything, but it is a new toy. But it's not that fun toy. The next one I will be working on is the Sobek. I gotta go farm that, so I'm gonna need a few days for that one. But you know what? The thing is, you need that critical chance. That's the whole thing. You need the critical chance. Without that critical chance, you're not doing any damage. So that's the pickle about it, ladies and gentlemen.